today's video is going to be all about my favorite drugstore products. And if you're like me, I don't know, whenever I discover something amazing at the drugstore, I feel like I just won a treasure hunt or something. Like, you discover something that works so well and it's affordable and it's really accessible. You can walk down to the corner and buy it, you know what I mean? I pretty much learned how to do my makeup using drugstore products because when I was in high school and even going into college, like where I'm from, we did not have an Ulta, we did not have a Sephora. I didn't even know what those words meant. So I exclusively learned how to do my makeup using drugstore products. So that's why I still have that love in my heart for drugstore products. And I wanted to share with you guys some amazing things that I have been using. This isn't really, some of these are definitely all-time favorites for sure, but these are more products that I've really been using a lot recently in like my everyday beauty routine and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to keep my choker straight here. That's always the choker struggle when you're filming videos. Sometimes it's like completely wonky, spinned around. It's a struggle. I feel like if aliens landed on our planet and saw what us girls wear on a daily basis, they'd be like, is that some kind of medieval torture device? No, it's a necklace and we wear it because it's cute, okay? Alright guys, so getting started. First thing I wanted to talk about is a moisturizer that I think beats out so many high-end moisturizing products that I've tried. This is the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Gel Cream for extra dry skin. This time of year, especially this time of year, my skin is like thirsty. Thirsty AF. And this is perfect because it's this lightweight gel formula, but it packs a huge punch. It just makes your skin feel so hydrated and amazing. I always have one of these on hand. I have one at my mom's house. I have one in my house. Like, I just always have backups of this everywhere because it's just a good go-to. It just makes your skin look like it just had a big drink of water basically, but it's still that gel formula, so it's nice and lightweight. It also has hyaluronic acid in it, which is naturally found in our skin and I believe our joints and things like that. But it really does help you to retain collagen and it really helps retain moisture. So it almost gives the skin a very plumped up, voluminous. Voluminous is a weird word when you're talking about skin, but I think you know what I mean. It just looks very hydrated and refreshed. So I love this moisturizer so much. This is actually a more recent discovery, another skincare product. This is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water. Micellar Cleansing Water. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I really do like this product a lot. The whole idea behind this, you squirt it onto a little cotton round and you can use this to remove your makeup. And you're not supposed to really rub very harshly on your skin. It's very gentle, just kind of like really absorbs your makeup onto the cotton round without a ton of friction on the face. It just kind of is like a magnet and it takes your foundation off very easily. I use this to take off my brows, my lipstick, whatever lip color I'm wearing. I also like the fact that I'm not using a ton of makeup wipes. It seems like less garbage. I just have a couple little, you know, round cotton pads that I use and it works very, very well. So this one is a drugstore foundation that I love so much. I'm wearing this right now. This is the L'Oreal 24-Hour Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I love the shade 207 Sand Beige. This shade has been working so well for me, especially right now. I have self-tanner that's kind of wearing off weird, so my face is much lighter than my body. I feel like this does a really good job of matching my face to the rest of my body, and it's just a nice formula in that you could apply a little bit if you want a natural look. You could do like a second layer if you want more of a wham, glam, thank you ma'am, full coverage. Even though it does say medium coverage, it's definitely, I can see why they say that. It's not really thick and heavy, but I feel like I am usually a full coverage foundation type of girl, and I feel like this does a great job of covering my imperfections. This one is supposed to be more of a radiant finish, but I like to amp it up even more, especially if I'm doing a dewy skin look. I'll apply a beauty oil underneath with a beauty blender, and then I'll take that same sponge and use it to apply this. I don't mix it together with the product because I like to keep the oil more towards the outer side of my face, the outside of my face, so I don't get too much shine in my T-zone. But I just love using this to get that really illuminated effect to the skin. I wouldn't recommend doing that if you have oily skin, but that's just something I've been doing. And then I wanted to mention the Maybelline Dream Cushion Fresh Face Liquid Foundation on the go, and I've been wearing shade 30. So I love this product. This is great for a very light, fresh, natural look. It has a little sponge in here that's saturated with the product, and I will just dip a dual fiber brush right in there and apply it straight to my face. I just love the way that this looks on the skin. It just has this almost like you have a really soft filter, like the beauty filter on Snapchat. It's very lightweight and natural looking. I love that. And the other thing I like about it is even though it's a very lightweight, liquidy texture, it doesn't emphasize, you know, uneven texture in your skin. Like sometimes if you wear a really liquidy foundation, you can see every little pore, every little, you know, line in the face. That's why a thicker foundation, you can smooth it over all that stuff and it almost creates a false surface to your skin. It just fills everything in. But this one, even though it is thinner and just so light, it really does camouflage uneven texture, I think, fairly well. I wear this all the time. I'm wearing it today. This is the Milani Soleil Baked Bronzer. And this is just the best. It has such a nice color. When you look at it, it looks super shimmery and almost like sparkly and glittery in a way. But don't let that scare you. It does not look like that on the skin. It just gives this beautiful, like radiant, almost a, I don't want to say dewy bronze. Yeah, a radiant bronze look to the skin. You end up where, you know, maybe your foundation is too light for your body, it doesn't quite match. I would just like apply this all over my face. Now I know that it's faux pas, you're not supposed to say that, you're not supposed to do that, but I do. I'll just take a very light amount and just kind of lightly just dust it, and it just does a great job of warming up your skin. It's not quite as intense as MAC Gimme Sun, where if you would do that with that one, it could go overboard. This one is a little more sheer, so it works great for that. And also just, you could use it as a blush. I use it for that all the time when I don't want to go for a very, you know, certain color. This is a throwback favorite. I love the Milani Baked Blushes. I have a lot of them and I was looking for them, going through my drawers looking to pull the colors, my favorite colors, but for some reason I couldn't find them anywhere. I was really disturbed by that actually. Like, where did they go? But I love Luminoso. That one is a beautiful coral. This one is Rose d'Oro. I've used this so many times in videos and it's a really, really pretty rosy rose gold color. So this one is like my travel blush. I don't have to worry if it shatters and, you know, I'm traveling on a plane or I'm going somewhere. I don't have to worry if it breaks. It's okay. I can replace it. I mean, if it breaks, I will be sad. Don't get me wrong. I will shed a tear, but I can easily replace it. Go to the drugstore. It's not like $30 or anything like that. The Milani Baked Blushes are more of that glowy look, but if you like a matte blush, matte cheek color, the Wet n Wild Color Icon blushes are so good. These are definitely one of my all-time holy grail drugstore products, and they recently, it says new formula on it, and when I was trying this one out, I was like, I wonder what's different about this. But I noticed that there's less powder, I don't want to say fallout, but less actual powder in the pan. Before you would dip your brush in and just be like powder everywhere, and it was really, really pigmented. You just get a big old polka dot on your cheek if you're applying it. It's still very, very pigmented, thank goodness, because that's what's so amazing about these. It doesn't stick to your skin quite as much, so it's just a little bit more blendable. It's actually perfect now. This is Mellow Wine. I do think they may have actually tweaked the actual shade of this. This is one of the old school colors they used to have, but I remember it being more plummy, and to me now it looks a bit more a warm, neutral, nude blush, basically my favorite kind of colors. I also wanted to mention this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. Now I'm not sure if this was a limited edition product or not, so forgive me if it is, but this is in the shade Crown of my Canopy, and it is the most gorgeous killer, okay? It is just a gorgeous golden peachy highlight shade. It's so, so pretty, especially if you have a deeper skin tone. This would be the perfect highlighting shade. And that's one thing that I have a hard time finding at the drugstore, is a good highlighting product. A lot of times they're not quite as like shimmery as I want them to be. This is also really beautiful if you just use it as an eyeshadow or a blush or anything. The other Wet n Wild cheek product I wanted to mention is the Mega Glow Contouring Palette. Now, I'm really sad because I dropped this a couple days ago and it totally broke, but it's actually not that bad because the lighter side broke, which I don't really use that often, but this contour shade right here is so perfect. The tone of it is just perfect for contouring. It is so, so soft to the touch, which is probably why it broke right away when I dropped it, but still, I think it's worth it because it is just so pigmented. And then this other side is super pigmented as well. So this is a really good contouring option. And we covered in swatches here as per usual. And before I get into eyeshadows, I wanted to show this eye base. This is the Maybelline, where's the front of it? The Maybelline Master Prime Long Lasting Eyeshadow Base. So this isn't a skin tone shade. This is a very shimmery, pretty, like taupey pink, and it is gorgeous. It's so beautiful. So you could apply this underneath a smoky eye just to get that velvety look to your eyeshadows, but it's so pretty. It almost gives that dewy look to the lids. You can see how reflective this one is as well, and you can just kind of soften it if you don't want it to be that shimmery You know, just blend it in, press it in with your finger. It has a really nice smooth feel to it. I cannot talk right now. You can see how it just almost gives that wet look to the lids. These Milani palettes are really nice. They have a couple different colors. This is Bare Necessities. This is Must Have Naturals, and then this one is Earthy Elements. We'll talk about these with the disclaimer of not every single shadow in these palettes performs as well as, you know, all of them, but in every single one there's a couple shadows that I just think are so gorgeous. Like this one, for example, I feel like has that really pretty trendy, you know, matte orange shade, this tan color here that you don't see a lot in the drugstore. But this one is great because this black eyeshadow right here is so good. It is very hard, I think, to find an inexpensive black eyeshadow because either it doesn't go on evenly, or you get harsh lines with it, or it kind of just isn't intense enough, so you find yourself building it up and building it up and building it up, and you're not getting the payoff that you want, and then your eyeshadow just looks really messy. This one is so intense and it blends out really nice. So, I mean, and then the other little eyeshadow palettes that honestly came out of nowhere, and I think they're awesome, are these Covergirl palettes. They are the True Naked palettes, and again, there's a couple of themes with them. This one is my favorite though. This is like low-key amazing. This is Roses, and this is so pretty and beautiful. These are like cool tone purples, rosy shades. So all the colors in here are so stunning. Even this deep shadow, I used this the other day. Like, they just all work so well together. You don't have to do a lot of blending. You don't have to use a ton of brushes. It's almost like the less you do, the better with these. They just kind of melt into one another, and it looks very effortless. And I really like this palette a lot. I definitely recommend it to you guys. Okay, and then we are nearing the end of our little drugstore journey. And as far as lip liners go, no matter how many brands and lip liners I try, I always end up going back to Rimmel. They have not only the best shades, but the formulas are amazing. The nudes are my favorite. I don't think I've ever found a nude lip liner that is such a dead-on perfect nude shade as these two. So this is the retractable one in Innocent. It's just a very light, pale nude color. Hopefully mine isn't broken. Sometimes that does happen with these because they are more inexpensive. Feels like it's about to go soon. They dry out. But they are very inexpensive, so it's not a huge deal. It's just a perfect nude shade, especially if you're more fair like me. It's not too dark. Doesn't have too much pink in it. It's not too brown. It's just a really great lighter nude. And then this one is natural, and this is not sharpened whatsoever, but it's a very similar color. It's the traditional like pencil. Try to like scrape my skin off to swatch it. So this one is very similar. It just has more of a peach vibe in there. This one I actually don't wear that much, but this one is called Spice. It's kind of more of a warmer toned pink. So that is what Spice looks like. I love the NYX Soft Matte Lip Creams, and I can finally include this in a drugstore because I think most people now do have NYX products in their CVS. There's a lot of really great shades in the Soft Matte Lip Cream line, but I love this color London. This is still, in my opinion, one of the most unbeatable like brown matte lip products, and it just goes on so plush and so soft, and I feel like they're really comfortable to wear. And then I also had to mention these Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid, I guess it's liquid lip, and they, I like how I pulled like the most wearable colors, the gray and the purple, but I like that they have these cool colors and they take risks and they do, you know, fun shades that you really can't find in a lot of drugstore brands. But the one I'm wearing today is this one, and I am showing more like nude shades just because I feel like a lot of people wear nude colors more often. This is in the shade Nude Thrill, and I know that a lot of people didn't like these because they don't actually dry to a very matte finish, but you know, I have enough matte liquid lipsticks that dry up and crease up and make my lips look really flaky and cracked and crazy, so I don't really mind it. I like the colors enough that I think they're really great. Look how thick and nice they go on. And look at that color. I mean, camera as I wipe the 85 layers of swatches off the back of my hand. Okay guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys liked it, and let me know if you have ideas for other drugstore videos I could do, because I want to start filming those, you know, incorporating those more often. I definitely want to do like a full face drugstore look, but if you want to see anything like, you know, disappointing drugstore products or favorite drugstore foundations, that kind of thing, just let me know in the comments down below and give me some ideas, because whatever you guys want to see, I want to give it to you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye.